Well, my wee chosen subject tonight to talk about is 007 James Bond games for the PS1, 2, and 3. Um, uh, really looking forward to James Bond being on PS5. I'll just be glued to it because it's just my ideal kind of game, really, because there's all sorts. There's Bond is back, just really hand to hand combat, driving, um, strategy, finding this out, finding that out. Going from level to level, really. Some James Bond games are easier than others. I'll get to that in a minute. But as I say, I mean, for £1.50, obviously when these games first came out, they were about £25–30 when they first came out. But obviously you wait a wee while and then they come down in price. But I'm a massive James Bond fan. Quantum of Solace was a great movie and it was a great game. Hence I've got two. Going back in time to the PS1, The World Is Not Enough. And I must say, the women are really, really nice. Um, you know, James Bond girls, classic. Um, Obviously going between the two, games going between PS3 to the PS1. Um, Obviously I've not played this in years and years and years. I'll need to get playing this again during the summer for the PS1. Really, really good game. I never really got like far in this. Don't know why. I think maybe years ago my attention span wasn't great, but it's a lot better now. So that's the world's not enough. In this game, Tomorrow Never Dies. 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. What a great, great game from start to finish. Really, really good. As I say, classic Bond weapons and gadgets, 10 missions and locations. Really, really good. Um, for its time, obviously, we bit skiing, just classic Bond, really driving, shooting, skiing, using sniper rifles. Bringing together a really good game. Um, I'd say I think everybody that has a PS1 or PS2, 3 and onwards should have a Bond game in their collection or Bond games in their collection because they're everything that you want in a game, really. Okay, fast forward in time a wee bit. 007 Legends for the PS3 with the addition of Locking Skyfall as a hidden mission. And again, the reason behind 007 Legends, it was to recapture, the main kind of films over the years like Moonraker, Die Another Day, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, License to Kill, and Goldfinger, and so on. I've not played this game for a while because there was a mission in it I just couldn't get past, and sometimes I can get a bit frustrated. So it's just a game at the end of the day, but when you're really enjoying a game and you can't get past a certain thing, which I'm going to get onto with Everything or Nothing. But overall, a really good game. But once you get going with it, and once you, as I call it, snags kind of idea, once you get past the snags, it's a brilliant game, and I like games where it's like a cross between a game and a film. You just can't beat that. Brilliant. Other than that, 10 out of 10. This game, I was hooked, especially over the last 2 days. I've been glued to this game. Brilliant. And as I say, it's got everything, that a James Bond. It's got really nice, stunning James Bond girls. No many had gloves on, but I think they could pass as gloves. uh, just one of my things I like, women with gloves on, really nice. Um, variety of driving missions, either driving motorbikes, cars, or tanks even. What I found, but as I say, there was one or two out of the full game that I just couldn't get past, and then obviously the clues in the name, Everything or Nothing. Everything or Nothing was the very very last mission, and it was a cross between you had to go so far, shoot so many guys, take cover, get more armor, and then you had to go on further, maintaining your bullets and maintaining your armor to keep your health up. Because obviously, when you've got multiple people shooting at you, you want to keep your health up. But I'm nearly there with that one. I've given myself a break, but I recommend this game or any of the James Bond games to anybody. particularly this one, because there is a mixture. There's racing, there's on motorbikes, you drive a Porsche Jeep at one point, you drive a tank, hand-to-hand combat as well, just everything that a James Bond game should have. This does have. I mean, more or less, they all do that, but definitely. If I had to give this, it would definitely be a 9.5 out of 10. Definitely. Or I'm being a bit. It's not like me to say that, but obviously they're all 10 out of 10. But on like the level of difficulty and things like that, I'd give it a 9. Not just difficulty, but I'd give it sort of when it comes to like easy, like getting through the levels. But it depends what difficulty you put it on as well. But if you're just doing it on like a kind of operative, kind of normal kind of mode, going through it's not too bad. It's about a 9.5. But in regards to like, you know, the overall enjoying the game, 10 out of 10. But obviously, like, obviously the motion of going from one level to the next is a 9.5, because obviously if a game is too easy, you would just fly through it. But I would say, being fair, because I'm a big Bond fan, I like everything to do with James Bond, the cars, the movies, the action, the games, everything about them. They're all very well made, and very close to the film. Because even when it first starts, where it says Electronic Arts, because obviously the game starts really well, and then it gets to a point and then it goes to the credits, just like a James Bond film would, but the only difference is it's a game, but it's trying to bring it to life in a game, if you know what I mean, which I find it works really well. So in a grand total, looking at all areas, for easy getting through the game, 9.5. But then for the overall, for it overall being a James Bond game, and with everything you would expect in a James Bond game, 10 out of 10. Everything or nothing, and for £2, a bargain. Right, a wee bit earlier on, for the PS2, we have James Bond Nightfire. Bond takes on many roles as usual, either driving, shooting, hand-to-hand combat, using like sniper rifles, and as I say, Nightshade, she wears a really nice red dress with red gloves in this one, definitely really nice. A really good game, but the same way Everything or Nothing, I think there was one or two missions that you really need to concentrate on, but that's the whole part of being Bond, really, and strategy and thinking ahead and knowing exactly what you have to do and time limits and all that kind of thing. I think really good. And much the same picture. 10 out of 10 for the overall thing. 10 out of 10 for the overall thing, but 9.5 in regards to easing, going from one level to the next. So that's 007 Nightfire, GoldenEye, Reloaded. This was I wouldn't say easy. I would say 10 out of 10 for ease, because this was not too bad to get by. But overall, 10 out of 10 for a Bond game being a Bond game. Really good, and I like the idea of bringing revisiting characters for over time, like Jaws and things like that. Really good. On to back to Daniel Craig stuff, Bloodstone. This was really quite good. I would say for ease, I would say this was fairly straightforward. Again, 10 out of 10, and then overall 10 out of 10 for a Bond game being a Bond game, really. They make them really well, and they make them so close to the actually, the film, as if you're watching Quantum of Solace. I think you actually play the part of that as Aston Martin's going through the tunnel. I think you actually do that part. I know near the end you do. And then the car goes across the bridge, and then you go to ram the car off the road. And then that's obviously when the car comes to a stop. The James Bond girl gets out the car, and then they have their kind of chat. And then that's pretty much the end of the game, really. But overall, brilliant. Again, they're all great recommendations. Here we have from Rush Up With Love. Again, PlayStation 2, but the only thing is this time it's Sir Sean Connery with from Russia with Love, and it's only £3.50. And the classic showing, the way you looked in the films, the jetpacks, the hand-to-hand combat. Again, you're using all different varieties of vehicle, gadgets, weapons, clothing, jetpacks, classic cars. Fantastic. And again, I would say this was a wee bit more trickier, like to get through certain levels with this one, because on ease going from one level to the next, I would say about an 8 out of 10, because it was, or even a 7. I'd go as far to say a 7 up to a 10, because 7 out of 10, sorry, because there was certain bits I had to keep repeating. I mean, I'm not saying all those games I didn't have to repeat, but this one I really had to, because there were certain bits I just couldn't get my head around. But for I'm not going to keep repeating it, but for a Bond game being a Bond game, 10 out of 10. And this, again, £2. 007, Pierce Brosnan's back with Agent Under Fire. And again, oh she's actually got gloves on, I didn't recognise that. Wow. So brilliant. And same with that woman, very nice. Yeah, so I remember this when it came out all years and years ago. Can't exactly remember. But again, this was years and years ago. And as it says there, encounter stunning Bond girls, both helpful and deadly. All your all new adventure, 12 pulse pounding missions. You've got your BMW Z8, BMW 750L, IL, BMW 750 IL, Aston Martin DB5 and more. Brilliant. I will need to play this at one point. I'm sure I've completed this at one point, but going for all the rest of the James Bond games that's went before it, this one was really quite good. I really did enjoy this one. I was quite glued to this one quite a lot over the years. I must admit. Definitely I must admit. So who knows what's for James Bond games in the future, because I know that there's Project 007, I think it's called. They're underway with that now, for the PS5. So you never know, in the next couple of years, I'll be doing a review and talking about how good the game is for for PlayStation 5, and and hopefully, obviously knowing the makers for these games, and certainly, this new game coming up, it'll be no short a first class, because obviously every Bond game needs hand-to-hand combat, cars, helicopters, stunning James Bond girls. As I say, these all help to make Bond what it is today. No, definitely. Fantastic. So as I say, stunning Bond girls, exotic cars, some really smart, weapons and what have you. But as I say, overall, really, really good, and I will be playing this definitely. I will be definitely playing this kind of shortly. Not today, but certainly the next couple of weeks I'll be playing this again, because I do miss playing it. Really, really good. The classics were like PS1 and 2. You'll always go back to. And obviously the PS3 games were good, but it's always the real classic, the real retro classic ones for the PS1 and 2. These are the ones that people keep logging back for more. And to buy and to own them, they're only £2 and £3, so it's definitely worth buying.